What is death and what
Hello. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, my dear masters. I'm Jenny. I'm joining from India and I'm representing Shambhala Solutions. So today's session is by our Shambhala team, and our only motto of doing any sessions is to create heaven on Mother Earth in any which way. This session is co-presented by IFSS, International Federation of Spiritual Scientists. And as we all know, let's start with our 30 minutes meditation, followed by the topic sharing. And then at the end of the session, we'll have some experience sharing from the participants or any questions. So can I request Sharad to start with the meditation?
Certainly. Thank you, Jenny. Hope I'm audible.
Yes.
All right. So let's get into the mode of meditation. So, right. So let's start feeling the calmness of the morning, evening, whichever time of the day. Let's get settled down. It's very important that we belong to the surroundings where we are at this point in time. That is very important. We are we should be one with the surroundings before we start anapanasati meditation. So find yourself a very good place. I guess you're already in. Be very quiet, both outside and inside. Quiet. Please wear a smile on the face. Very important. It will ease your mind. No worries. No urgent work to do. Nothing to be reminded. Only thing is to be at this moment. Don't close your eyes yet. I will give the instructions. Feel relaxed, completely relaxed. Sit in whichever posture you find comfortable. You don't have to keep your spine straight and all those stuff. If you can, it's okay. Find your posture where you can be comfortable and sit for next 25 minutes. As you're finding your posture, observe, listen into your surroundings. There are many things going on, and you are just part of that surroundings, the background. They are not a disturbance to the meditation process. They will deepen your awareness. At this time, if you have specs, please remove it. Feel always relaxed during the session. No worries, no urgent work. Now, clasp your fingers like this. Form a circuit. You're going to receive a lot of cosmic energy today. And gently, slowly close your eyes. While closing your eyes, keep your gaze, the sight, between the eyebrows. Eyebrows are the windows of the mind through which it escapes. Let fix the mind by looking in between the eyebrows. Feel the warmth and calmness of the surroundings. Feel relaxed. No mental chatter. No objective. No goals. No ambitions. No visions. No ideas. No thoughts. Just be. Just be with your body at this time. Observe the natural frequency of your body. Relaxed from toe to head. More you relax, more you will observe sensations on the body. Relax. Keep looking in between the eyebrows. Keep looking in between the eyebrows. Don't let mind escape. Now, the biggest sensation which is happening now is your breath. That goes on and on as long as we live. Bring your attention to this sensation of breath. Have your complete focus on breath while keep looking at in between the eyebrows. Relax. Exhalation completes. Wait for the inhalation to start on its own. Wait for the inhalation to start on its own. Don't alter. Breath starts at inhalation. Follow it. Be with it. Relax. No other interference. No thoughts, no visualizations. Be with your natural breath. Be with your source, the guide, your natural frequency, breath. Relax. No expectations. There is nothing to achieve. There is nothing to do. Be still with your breath. Let breath show you the path. Wait for it. Acknowledge every sensation, thought on your body and mind and let go. Be with your breath. Feel relaxed. Be in this state with your breath. Hold on to your breath. Last 5 minutes. Last 3 minutes. 2 minutes. Last 1 minute. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap your palms and keep it on your eyes. Give it 1 second and slowly open your eyes to the current moment. Thank you, Masters, meditating with me. It's a wonderful experience. Thanks so much. Meditation is very simple. You have to find every morning, whichever time of the day you choose. Sit quietly, find a quiet place where you don't find any disturbance. Find a comfortable posture. Sit on a chair, sit on the ground. Wherever you feel comfortable, you have to clasp your fingers like this. So this will form a circuit. When mind becomes very calm, then we start receiving cosmic energy. This forms a circuit. Then for a few moments, observe your surroundings, because if you close your eyes without observing your surroundings, you may take that as a disturbance. So observe the surroundings, be with your surroundings. Slowly close your eyes. Fix your sight in between the eyebrows and start observing your breath from inhalation. That's it. This is as simple as that. This is Anapanasati meditation. Thank you. Over to you, Jenny.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sharad. That was a wonderful meditation. And thank you, Balaji, for the music. So let's hop on. Am I audible, right? Yeah. So let's hop on to the wisdom sharing part. So I don't think so we need introduction for these two masters, Sam and Prithvi. So I welcome you both and I hand it over to you.
Good morning, Jenny.
Good morning.
Good morning, all my friends, all the masters and all the gods. Today, this this particular way of addressing is much more relevant than any other session. My dear friends, my dear masters, and my dear gods. Today, we have chosen the topic about a book which has personally made me understand what is this word God. I never understood God before that. I had an idea of God, but I really understood what is God and how to look for God, where to look for God. So we'll come to that specific topic of the book later. But Prithvi, would you like to tell about this book and what is this book all about, and give some highlights of this book for the beginners? Then we'll choose this one topic, and we'll talk about one topic today from this book.
Sure. Good morning, all. Am I audible? Okay, cool. Thank you so much. So I'll be just presenting the most important 11 points from this book. So let me just share my screen. Jenny, my screen is visible? Okay. Yeah, Ramtha, today we are talking about Ramtha. She is actually a channeling that happened through an American spiritual scientist or a master called J.N. Knight. And the book that we are talking about is The White Book, written by Ramtha.
Yeah, it is J.Z. Knight. J.Z. It's Z.
J.Z. Knight, right? Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, J.Z. Knight. And the very first point that this book talks about is you are God in expression. You're not merely a human, you are a divine, eternal consciousness which is expressing itself in a physical form. So once we get this realization, all the illusion of limitations that we are carrying just shatters off. So by knowing that you are God, you awaken to your limitless, infinite potential to create, to love, and to experience life as a master. So the next second most important point that is highlighted in this book is you are the creator of your reality, which we keep talking about. And here we know that the universe is a mirror reflecting back your own thoughts, your own beliefs and emotions. So through your inner state, we are creating the reality. So she says that when you take full responsibility for your creation, you step into your power as the architect of your life. So you create your reality, and no external forces will dictate your destiny. Only your inner state will create your reality. And the third point is thoughts become things. Every thought that we think carries energy. And when we focus on one particular thought with an intent, it is going to shape our quantum field, and it is going to manifest as a physical reality. So whenever we put our energy into one particular thought, one particular intent, it is going to crystallize into material. So by mastering your mind, you gain the ability to create life that you desire and turn your dreams into tangible experiences. And the fourth point that we always keep talking about is the power of creation is in the present moment. The present moment holds all the power because the past is gone and the future is yet to be written. Everything that we are seeking, be it peace, joy, and creation, exist only in the now. So being fully present, you connect to your divine creative force. So all the creations, the responsibility that we are going to take to create a life that we want can happen only in this moment. And yeah, this we keep talking about because all that we do through Shambhala is about oneness. And this book highlights that separation is an illusion, because when you release the illusion of separateness, you dissolve the fear. Fear is what is creating the boundaries for us. So you dissolve the fear, judgments, and conflicts, and you align with unconditional love and unity. And you will know that there is no other person, it's you in every being. So all beings, all events, and energies are interconnected, forming the fabric of divine oneness. And the sixth point is this life is a school of mastery. The very purpose of the life is to evolve. You are here to evolve, to experience, and to know yourself as a creator. So every challenge, joy, and sorrow is a lesson designed to awaken your higher self. So we need to embrace each moment as an opportunity for growth and self-realization. Yeah, the most important point is that love is the ultimate power. When you choose love over fear, you align with the highest frequency of the universe to create, which will open doors to miracles and healing and transformation. So love is not just an emotion, it's the vibration of creation itself. So by giving love, one becomes a giver of strength to the world. So that is how love becomes the ultimate power. And the eighth point is death is not the end. We all fear death, but in this book it is said that death is simply a transition, a release from the physical body. But the soul is always there. It is eternal, moving from one experience to another, gathering the wisdom. So death is designed to begin a new life. It is never an end. And so when we understand that death is not the end, it removes the fear of death and allows you to live the life completely in every moment, enjoying it. And the ninth point is mastery lies in conscious choice. So what we are talking about here is the whole book says that we have to become a master. So where that mastery lies is in the choices that we make. Are we doing it consciously or unconsciously? We all have this free will, and this free will is your divine right. Every thought, every word, every action is a choice that creates your reality. So, mastery is about making conscious choices aligned with your highest vision and purpose rather than reacting from your fear and habit. So, you will have to see where you are coming from while creating your reality. That's how you become a master. And the 10th point is gratitude. Gratitude amplifies the creation, because once you are grateful to what you have already, the power of creation gets amplified. So the gratitude is the secret to abundance. Gratitude shifts your perspective to one of richness and possibilities. And the last and the most important point is that awakening transforms the world, which means every individual, your personal evolution ripples out, raising the collective consciousness and transforming the world. So, as you awaken to your divinity, you contribute to the awakening of the whole of the humanity. So, your journey of self mastery is a profound service to all life. That is the best gift that you can give to the world, is your own self mastery. So, these were the 11 most important points. So thank you so much.
Can you put the 11th point once again on?
Yes.
For those who are meditating, don't think that you're just doing a personal meditation session, which is going to help you alone. As you are awakening, you contribute to the awakening of the humanity. Remember, everyone who is meditating is contributing to humanity and therefore to this planet. So, gratitude to all those who are in meditation, who are about to come into meditation. There are some new people in this session as well who are beginners of meditation. I'm thankful to all the individuals who have been with us so far and who are going to be with us in future as fellow meditators and also people who work for spreading the meditation. So let's get into the topic. Thank you so much, Prithvi. Wonderful 11 points. For those who don't know what this book is all about, they can watch this session again on YouTube and then understand why they should read this book. There was one friend of mine, Kumar Deepak, who was after me to read this book. I didn't read. I started reading this book in Telugu, and I somehow didn't connect with the language because it was not the direct book. It is a translation. So I didn't connect. I postponed reading this book for almost 2 years. Again, after 2 years, he asked me, "Did you read that book, Ramtha?" I said, "No." He said, "Why don't you read that book?" I said, "I gave an attempt. I didn't connect to the book." Then he said, "First 1-2 chapters, you just be patient and then get into the subject." Then I somehow did that. And from third chapter on, I'm not saying the first 2 chapters are not important. I started connecting to the book. And that book is one of my top 3 books. And it has contributed immensely to the spiritual evolution of my personal self. Because after that book, the way I look at myself, I look at everything changed. Everything changed. It remained as Bible for me, for as if I was carrying it everywhere, wherever I'm going. I used to take messages from it, because every topic that we read in spirituality, call it self-love, call it power of the present moment, or whatever, every topic was there in this, and giving a true understanding of God. So let's dive into God. So I want all my friends to be on the screen. Let's make it an interactive session. Let's listen to the gods about God. Okay. Sharath, it's my immense pleasure to express on this call that I have got a spiritual friend like Sharath. He's my first spiritual friend, and he has been with me from past 20 years. I just can't say how much gratitude I have for him, for being part of my spiritual journey. I want to hear from you, Sharath. What
Thank
is
you.
your idea of God?
So logically, God is a collective consciousness. We all put together, everything which is existed, all put together is a God.
So if everything is God, all put together is God, is there something called non-God?
No, there is nothing called non-God. So whatever you see, we color it, we name it dark, black, white, red, green. Everything is what it is God.
Then what
So
are we searching, including ourselves when we are God? What are we searching on the name of God? Who are we searching?
so so instead of searching, right? Searching is a outside mind's way of saying that we are searching something, searching inside or outside. So more than searching, because in this one of the points, right, it is talking about consciousness. So with the conditioning, with lot of stuff which happens with us, we become so limited to this one body, right? when we know that everything is God. So for some moments, let's think that everything is God, but we are just here in this body. We are so busy with what we want to do with this body, do that, do this, right? Which is outward, right? And then what happens is your searching is nothing but you expand your consciousness. So you are this body. The one of the first, my one of the so you, Master, you introduced meditation to me, right? So the first experience what I had is like, I'm this body, then you expand. And it's just expanding, there's no end, right? And you feel that you are this surrounding, whoever that consciousness is touching, right? You are becoming that, right? So that means what? It is not searching, actually expanding. You expand and expand, and you will know that it is all that you everywhere. So that is what I feel the God is all about.
And where do you start looking for God?
From what you got, right? From the body itself, from the mind, the limited mind you have. You have to start from there. That is the instrument which is given to you, which is there with you. It's not kind of given. We brought it, right? Start from there. Start from the sensations what you have. Start from the vision what you have. Start from the breath which is given to you.
Thank
Start
you so
from
much.
there. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Shiv.
Sam.
Thank you.
It-
Thank you, Shiv. Let's move to Sunil. Are you God, Sunil? Are you God?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead. What is your idea of God?
So, before I got introduced to this concept itself, understood this, I know you handed over this book, Ramtha, to me after I think you read. I used to identify God as an object, as someone who is there in the temple or some place or in the photo frame. And I used to rely to the God only when I'm in trouble or when I want something. It was so selfish in nature. But ever since understanding that God is all, the Tattvamasi, God is, Patriji also mentioned the, plant beings, mineral kingdom. Everyone is God. That what you see is all God. There is, we then I understood we were so blinded with just the mind aspect that what I want is just all about what I want. But the moment I started connecting with other beings, with everyone, that is when I understood, okay, we are all part of that Tattvamasi. And that is one of the very reason I turned vegetarian, when I started connecting to every living being. Not, this is my basic understanding of God.
Thank you. Thank you, Sunil. Thank you for adding. I want to hear from Balaji and Sirisha. Ladies first. Let's go with Sirisha first.
Yeah, I think for me, God is like which gives me a kind of energy and confidence for me when I'm at low. At the same time, even when I'm like, okay, everything is going fine, also, I feel that kind of appreciation for myself and for others. So, I mean, even though everything is going fine, I don't feel like, uh, I mean, when I don't go to the everyday morning and do puja namaskaras to any form of idol. Even even prior to getting into the meditation, also, that never used to happen with me. So it's like So I can, I mean, I can tell like one simple example of my experience. Like when I was studying 10th class, so I was very scared of social studies. So during social studies, I'm like, I used to sit in my dad's lap and I used to study the textbook. So that scared I was. So I was like asking myself, so if somebody is there up there, I just don't need anything. I just need my pass marks. I don't need like, full high marks, all that in social studies, because I'm so scared of my social teacher as well. So that, I think that is the kind of energy or kind of, uh, positive vibe I get uh, when I talk about God. And luckily on that subject I got like 60 percentage. So 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 that's like I still remember that. So God is not like an idol for me, but yeah, it is he, or like it is like a form which I can feel it internally.
Why you didn't need God for other subjects, Sirisha?
Bec- I don't know, but my socials teacher is very strict, and she used to beat us. She comes with a stick. She's very strict. Even the face, the appearance is like very strict. So, so that's the reason.
Now, is she God or not?
Yeah, she is. She
She's
is.
the one who helped you think of God.
Yeah,
She's the
she is.
visible God, isn't it? Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing your thought. Yeah, Balaji.
Hello, everyone. Uh, According to me, the God is an enlightened being who is guiding all of us, irrespective of what you are and where you are, how you are. Previously, my perception was not this. I used to think God as superpower who will respond to us only when we are disciplined spiritually. So I used to go to temples, offer coconuts, do pradakshinas, do fasting, and all those things to impress God. But later, when I started practicing spiritual science scientifically, I understood that God is someone who is like us, who has done intense research on spiritual science, who has empowered himself through inspiration of his super seniors and seniors and got enlightened. And now, according to me, God is the one who helps in leading our own purpose of life and who helps in the path of enlightenment and who doesn't interfere in any kind of things in us. So, the God exists in physicalness as well as beyond physicalness. He is a power who can be seen when you are in need. That's what I know.
So, are you not God?
Of course, I am a God who is
Then who is that God who is helping you?
everybody. You are helping me because you are also a God. Sunil is a God. Sirisha is a God. Prithvi is a God. Physical gods and invisible gods. Both are helping us.
Yeah, I got it. Got it. Vikal Bhai. Thank you, Balaji. Please unmute whoever is not a co-host. We'll get into the topic. Please don't mind. See the different perspectives of God, different understandings of. It's not one God. Each person has a different idea of God within, right? We'll talk about what is God in general, which is beautifully explained by this book. Yes, Vikal Bhai.
Good morning, Sampath. Good morning, everybody. Nice to connect. So, as this, Prithvi was explaining all those points, and he talked about God. Something was running very instantly in my mind. Eh, from last one and a half year, when I am connected with this spiritual world, and with you guys all. my concept of, whatever I have, kept imbibed as a God was different. It's changing. So as Balaji said and Sunil said, that we used to go to temple to pray God, we are in travel and we remember God, all those kind of things. But now I realize and feel it was a lack of knowledge. We did not realize what is God. So now when I'm getting that knowledge, my perception and the things are changing in me. Somebody was mentioning, I think Shrisha was mentioning when she is in low and she is in high. Uh, s- Recently, if I look at myself internally, I am, slowly forgetting what is low and high and what is good and bad. Go with the flow, whatever is coming, take this as an experience. You are God. Whoever you are talking to, they are God. It's the word of God. And we are a fraction of that cumulative total conscious power. So that comes and be with in this body. So ultimately, when we'll move from here, we'll go and converge there and then come back again, whatever those stories are. Having said that, I still go to temples, and earlier my concept was, going to temple was to, go and pray God and do this. But I go to temple recently. I visited some temple to feel the energy there and connect with that energy. That is what I feel God, and I see so many gods sitting on this screen here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Vikal bhai. Now I'll cover all the people who are on the video quickly. So let's go with Manusha and Shamla madam. One after the other. Please unmute Manusha and Shamla madam. Manusha, you can go first.
Hi. So, since childhood, I had this thought, and I have been listening to this that we are all gods. But I saw, I saw God as a human instead of seeing human as a god. If I go to temples, I don't feel them as God. I feel them as human beings, and I feel them as friends. I keep talking to them like friends. But just yesterday, I had this realization that there is we are all gods, we agree that, but there is also an ultimate source that created all of us. If you take it in a simple words, if you we have mothers, right? So through mothers we have come out, but in the process of evolution we got separated from our mothers, and the whole purpose of the spirituality is to realize that we are one with the source and reconnect with the energy of the God again. So to become that one consciousness. So that's my thought about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Manusha. Shamla madam. Unmute Shamla. Yes. Yeah.
I never think about God for past so many years. Even when I was low, that time also, I don't know. In this world, some gods are there, some devils are there, like that. My thought was like that when I was young. After that, definitely I started seeing God, goddessness or what, Daivatvam antar.
Yeah. Yeah.
See in people around me. After that, I worked with mentally challenged kids. So everyone is God for me. Even though when I was low, these 10 years onwards, when you introduced about Babaji, then I used to talk as a friend with him. Maybe God or not, I don't know. But definitely when we are low, energy levels are down, then definitely of the fear enters in us. When we confidence or courage in us, then we feel as God. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Then you will need God. Either
Yeah.
fear or, whether it's a social teacher or it doesn't matter. But there will be situations and fears that will remind you of God. Very bad way to look at think of God. When you need something, when you're afraid of something, that's when you think of God. It's quite, I pity God for that, that we think of him only when we need. We are so transactional, isn't it?
You can see it as a advantage.
Yeah.
So is there, then otherwise some consequences happens.
Yeah. Fear is one of the strongest reasons. For fear and your inability to create what you want. Fear is one main reason. Most of the people connect to God, need God. Otherwise, you don't need God. Sirisha didn't need God for other subjects. She needed God only for social studies. I need it for mathematics. All right. Thank you, Shamla madam. And Jenny, I think you are the last on the video. And Surendra. Jenny and Surendra. And yeah, go ahead. Unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. So according to me, God, actually, just like Sirisha, I also, from the childhood, I didn't believe in this temple and all those things. I never connected with these things. And in my in my society, going to temple is like a very strict thing. Like we have to go like this, and I never connected with it. This thing changed only when I came to Pyramid Valley, where I saw that everyone is treating like how Patriji was treating everyone as a god. He was talking to them as if they are a god. So that's the concept that connected to me. And then I'm trying to just live that concept. I'm not totally lived it. I'm not up to that, but that's what God is to me.
Thank you, Jenny. Surendra, please unmute Surendra.
Thank you. In my perspective, God is like Sarvejna Sukhna Bhavantu. That is the only thing I feel it. And the other thing, what I feel is maybe lack of awareness in ourselves. So it maybe depends on the situations, depends on the emotions. Sometimes we may feel God is there. Sometimes we may when we feel low. Otherwise, most of the time God is existing. Maybe depends on our situations, our mood. Sometimes we feel, sometimes we may not feel.
Thank you, Surendra. One last person on the screen, Surbi. Can you unmute Surbi?
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. What is your idea of God, Surbi?
Hi, Sam. Hi, Prithvi. Long time. I just know that God, for me, is an energy. It's not he or she, but it's just the energy. I mean, are you getting me?
Yes. Very much.
So, I don't often go to temple or my religious places, but I do feel its presence. It doesn't require me to, have a condition or something like that. It's just there. It's in me, and I know that it's in all of us. Yeah.
Do you
So
believe
that's
in
for me.
God even in the bad times and worst times, or only in good times?
Of course, of course. In all the times when I'm happy, when I'm chilling, when I'm meditating, every time it's omnipresent for me. So
So I
there's
know
no
some people
condition.
who are extremely grateful when good things happen and scold God or blame God. Um,
No, nothing like that. Nothing like, not at all.
why should
No.
we thank God when He is not being nice to us?
I mean, uh, as far as I know from my experience, uh, we as a human, we just can see what's happening right in front of us. But that energy is something is protecting us from something else which might go wrong. So I think I think that's kind of protection he is giving to us.
Thank you for sharing your idea of God.
Yeah.
Thank you, friends. So let's see what JZ Knight, not JZ Knight. JZ Knight is just a channel for Ramtha. Ramtha is none other than, in the book it says Ramtha is no one but the god Ram. Okay, but the god Ram presented to us in that book as a king of in those days a big tribal kingdom or something, who was waging wars, and he goes through certain experiences and he goes through certain practice and gets enlightened, and who ascended. So his channel he is channeled as Ramtha, calls himself Ramtha. That energy comes into JZ Knight, and she channels all this subject and gives, and that's how this book and many other books which are followed, which led to also the creation of Ramtha School of Enlightenment, thanks to this great happening where we got this beautiful book and a lot of knowledge. Now let's see what God is according to this book. Okay, I've selected a particular statement and I'm going to read out. Please listen to it carefully. God, the Father, has never judged you in this moment or any moment you have ever lived. So underline the word judge. Okay, look at the qualities of God. Father has never judged. Whatever you do, now, in the past, or in the future, you have throughout your life, he never judges. He has been you and the platform of life upon which you have expressed your own divine purposeful self. Platform is the word. Just like Surabhi said, his energy. Whatever you do, you need energy, right? Whatever you do, you have experiences, certain knowledge, you use that knowledge and the present energy. You mix this knowledge and energy and you make a new creation, right? And as humans, when we come onto this planet, we come with a purpose to create a specific experience, to take a specific knowledge by experiencing a specific emotion. So I read out this statement again. He has been you and the platform. Just 1 minute, please. Yeah, sorry for that. He has been you. First thing is your father has been you and the platform of life upon which you have expressed your own divine and purposeful self. Isn't it beautiful? Now, the third point, what God has given you. God has given you the uniqueness of your ego. He didn't say you are me. He said, though you are me, you're part of me, but I give you your own, I acknowledge your own uniqueness of your own ego. Ego doesn't mean the negative egotistic side of you. Ego means separated self. If you feel you are separate from everything else, then that you are operating from ego. That's not a wrong thing. It's just ignorance. For me, and even Patri sir once said, ego is just short form of ignorance. That's all. Okay. So, which is called ajnana. Ajnanam, ignorance. These words are somewhere linked, if you carefully see. Can you hear me, Jenny? Yeah. So, your own ignorance of you not being God, you are expressing yourself as God is somewhere, I am somewhere. God is something, I am something else. And you are acting, you are expressing, you are creating like that, and you are expressing your non-belongingness to God, which He acknowledges totally. He has given you that uniqueness and the freedom of will to become whatever you wish to become. He has given you the uniqueness of your ego and the freedom of will to become whatever you wish to become, good, bad, ugly, doesn't matter. A lot of people mistake spirituality to morality. If God is only good side of it, who created bad? Someone else? If everything is God, where is someone else? God is the totality, isn't it? So, He has given you the freedom of will to become whatever you wish to become, to perceive the life that He is, to perceive the life that He is. He is life. He is giving you an opportunity to be your separate ego self and to create whatever you want in your own way. But whatever you experience is again Him. That's God. In however way you choose to perceive it. Nothing you have ever done, nothing you have ever thought, no matter how good or bad it is, has ever seen by God as anything else than Himself. Whatever you have done, good, bad, He never says you have done bad. When you do something, He says, I am also you, so I am also doing that. So there is never a separation from God, even when you're doing good, bad, ugly, anything. A lot of people misunderstand this word like, okay, when God is bad, I can do bad. You're not waiting for an excuse to do bad, right? Using God to do anything you want. No, you're already God. You are expressing your natural self. So understanding that whatever you are thinking, whatever you are doing is already part of God is like understanding God. If God is totality, you are already part of totality. You're not outside the totality. So whatever is expressing through you. So where this idea is very good, fine, nice. Everything is God. But where do we fail in living God? What is one keyword? When we do this, we are definitely not acting like God. And we keep doing this every day, all of us. Any guesses, co-hosts? Okay, I read out. The Father has never judged. Whenever you are judging, you are acting like a non-God. I mean, even as an ignorant ego self, you judging and experiencing the judgment, that is again part of God. If your ego self is having an experience of judging and experiencing the judging and being judged, that side of gaining that experience through judgment is again part of God. There's nothing out of God, right? But if you, for your ego self, if you want to say, am I acting like God? If this is the question, you just see whenever you are judging, whether it be yourself or others, remember this. It is not just judging others. First, you should stop judging yourself. Unless you stop judging yourself, you can't stop judging others. We had a discussion about judgment a couple of days back. My friend Shreyas was here and he was asking me, ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है बिना जज करे we have to do so many things. We have to see, suppose there are two candidates and I have to select one person for it. I have to judge them based on their capabilities. I said, yes, of course. You want to cook a tomato curry, you have to go to vegetable shop and you see good tomatoes, bad tomatoes. Don't say I'm not going to judge and bring all of them, right? You will only get good tomatoes because when there is a purpose and you are doing something for that purpose, there it is not judgment. It is like you are selecting the best for their reason. Don't mistake this kind of judgments. Judgment is like you just put, you give a judgment like, oh, he's good, he's bad, he's this, he's that. High or low, both are judgments. Good or bad, both are judgments. If there is good, there is bad. If there is high, if there is low. Right? If you have a purpose and doing a judgment, then you know it, you are doing consciously, and there is a reason for it. But unconsciously, if you are into judgments, particularly self-judgments are most dangerous judgments. Because the only way to look at God is, understand God is after you seeing it in yourself. Because the immediate point of access to God is within. And when you are realizing God, when you are seeing some godliness, if you start feeling superior to anyone else, that's it. You're again gone. While seeing your imperfections, you also acknowledge others' imperfections. While seeing your own unique beauty, see others' unique beauty. And accept everything as it is first. Whatever it is. What do you do when you don't judge? You accept. You don't accept when you judge and keep it in a certain category as unacceptable. When everything is God, how dare you reject God? Including yourself. This includes yourself. So when I understood God, the first thing that I got is self-esteem. First thing I got was self-respect. Self-love. I loved myself. I loved like a God. I was loved like a God. That's why I'm ever grateful to this book. So wherever you are not seeing yourself as God, first correct it. Because unless you see God within, you cannot see God out of you. Okay? Now, one last point. Most important point about God. This is called a pregnant pause. How many of you know what is a pregnant pause? Sunil, do you know what is a pregnant pause? Well, the baby is delivered by a mother, there will be pauses in between, right? Whenever there is a pause, that doesn't mean nothing is coming. The baby is about to be delivered. The main thing is about to come. So whenever there is a pause and something good is coming up, you can call it as pregnant pause. All right. So this is what it is. The Father can never be identified outside of your wondrous being. The Father, the God, can never be identified outside of your wondrous being. To even attempt it is unfair to yourself, because you are going outside of you, of what you are, outside of what you are. Okay, you are going outside of you to describe something which emanates from within you. This is a complex statement, but understand it. I'll break it. To even attempt to see the God outside of you is not correct, is unfair. Why? You are going outside of you to describe or understand something which is again you. You understand? To understand you, how can you go outside of you? Because you are God. So you have to be truly and richly be within you, with you, with total acceptance and no judgment. So the only way you can identify God is to observe the Father within you. Ramtha. So my dear friends, one, God is everything. God is everything that is good, bad, ugly, everything. Because everything has a purpose. Everything is an experience. From every experience, you are learning. Everybody who is involved is learning. We have created this from our egos for a specific divine purpose. We are not calling it as just a purpose. Every purpose is divine, good, bad, ugly, because soul learns through good and bad. I need to learn being a king. I need to learn being a thief. All my 1,000 lives, I have experienced only king or thief for this world. But as a soul, it's just knowledge. Experience as a king, experience as a thief. Experience as a good person, experience as a bad person. Right? The ego self is trying to have its own experience. So that's why, socially speaking, you have judgments for this world. But spiritually speaking, there are no judgments. You have to understand that, okay, this particular soul is acting as per its own divine plan to experience something and learn something. But socially, yes. Socially, you have good and bad. Society is built upon certain roots, good and bad. So here came my biggest problem after reading this book. There is one, the natural expression of myself as God, and there is a social expectation from the society. Like, I'm supposed to be like this, a good son, a good employee, a good citizen, or whatever. Society always wants the good side of you, right? Anybody asks you today, please be a bad employee? Today, be a bad friend? No, right? Everybody wants only good in the society. So I understood that there is difference between the spiritual self and the social self. And it became a challenge for me for some time to understand whether I should live like myself, or because if I start being myself, even within my own family, sometimes I have problem. Like my mother won't accept me, or my father won't accept me the way I am. So suddenly I feel like, I leave the job and I become a full-timer for social service. My parents are worried. He's like, oh my God, why did he study this much to do social service and all? My father had so many plans. Once he settles, goes abroad, I'll build another building, buy another car, or whatever. I said, no, my life is not for that. I want to reach to more humans. Maybe my soul, my ego self wanted that experience. And suddenly I'm like, I'm stuck. Okay, should I listen to my inner voice or should I listen to them? So social self starts even from within your family also. So what I'm saying is, people who read this book or about to read this book, please understand that these two selves you need. Social self is for the world, spiritual self is for your own self. And this self, spiritual self, if you understand this self, you will understand everybody's spiritual self. Social self is like, you are in a character on a stage. On the stage, we have to act. Off the stage, we all are. We should understand that we are not in those roles anymore. So spirituality is not about what you do on the stage of life, the social life. So you will have to be a Sunil, you will have to be a Prithvi, you will have to be a Jenny or Vikal or Sirisha or Sam. Socially, because they can only look at your social side. A few people who come into spirituality, they particularly after reading this book, they'll be like, this book tempts you to do your natural expression, because you start accepting everything. There are no breaks, right? You want to express yourself, you want to feel whatever you want to feel. Then you will also have problem others doing it for you. You want to have full freedom to express, but others' expression troubles you sometimes. So understand, evolution happens while expressing and while accepting others' expression also. Right? So spirituality is not about just you. God is everywhere. God is outside of you as well, right? So the real you outside of you also helps you. Okay, this inside of this body and outside of this body, it's all the same, right? The God, you will start understanding, evolving from both sides. Okay, you'll understand this later. So people who get into this dilemma, oh man, how now I'm God, I accept everything, good, bad, ugly, I'll be myself. But you see a different world out there. Please understand, social self and spiritual self are different. You have to play the role. At the same time, you have to be yourself. These are two different compartments. Make separate time and make separate, these two, separate them for some time. But this has to be, spiritual self has to be the basis for your social self at a later point of time, at least, because you have to listen to your inner voice. Okay. And not just listening to inner voice, you should know from within that whatever you are doing with a lot of awareness that this is going to be doing good for your own evolution. That's when confidently you will be able to say, yes, I know this, I want to do this. Even if there is, some obstacle outside of you stopping your expression, if you are very confident and if you are very clear that it is in line with your purpose of this life, you will get that energy and confidence to do it your way. Okay. So this is one caution that I wanted to give, that please understand, because one session is not enough for covering Ramtha. So please do read this book completely, slowly. There's no hurry. And understand what the true meaning of God is, and enjoy the beauty of this book, and enjoy your own beauty as God. So that's my request message. And one beautiful announcement is that, we started with this book, and from next session of Shambhala, we are going to come up with the Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, the Book of Secrets, which was like 112 methods of meditation. That's the book is all about that. But there is a lot that is explained by Osho in this book. While explaining those techniques, we'll cover more about those explanations. So thank you, Jenny and Prithvi, for coming forward to do this. We'll do multiple sessions on Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. The upcoming My Time sessions, the monthly sessions of Shambhala, we'll have Vigyan Bhairav Tantra from the next session on. So that's it from my end. And we are starting this. December 11th is Osho's birthday. So we are starting this. That's a good thing. Thank you so much. And any doubts or anything that we need to take, Jenny, or anyone who wants to share anything, please unmute them. Let's listen.
Yeah.
Right.
If anyone wants to share their experience, please raise your hand.
Even doubts if there are.
Yeah, if any doubts or questions as well.
Meanwhile, can you unmute Surabhi if she's there on the call? So first session, let's see whether she's into meditation or not. Any doubts from her?
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Yes.
Yeah, she's.
Hi, Surabhi.
Hi, Sam.
Yeah. Joe, you are new to meditation, Surabhi?
Yeah, I'm very new to meditation. I'm new to 6 a.m. club.
All right. So how do you find this session, and how do you?
I'm getting the hang of it. I won't say that I'm enjoying it, but yeah, being in the stillness is something, we all need to inculcate in our lifestyle. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, to more sessions with Sambhala.
What brings you to this session?
The straightforward answer is Prithvi.
Okay.
And the other one is previously I was like, I have to do it. Now I'm like, I want to do it. So that's the difference. I want to do it because I like it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Please do keep meditating, and please keep sharing your experience in future sessions as well.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
So any doubts, Jenny?
Thank you. No doubts as such, but there's a thing from Manusha, like, can you also do a session on when the shoe fits?
Oh, I have done it for PSSM USA. Yeah, maybe I'll do it once here on My Time platform as well. Sure, definitely. Yeah, these are my top 3 books which I keep sharing. The Power of Now, When the Shoe Fits, and the Ramtha White Book. Yeah, but this is the first time we did a session on Ramtha. Thank you so much. So we don't have any doubts, right?
No.
Oh, there's a doubt, Madhu.
If we are God, why do we have fears or regrets? Can you please do another session on Ramtha?
Sure. Why do we have fears and regrets? Because you are acting from ego. You're not acting like God. Till you realize your godhood, you will have fears, because you should know where the fear is coming from. What are we afraid of? What is the root cause of fear? Can anyone say? Why do we fear?
Our ego gets like the image that we have created shatters sometimes.
Okay. If suppose, you don't have fear of death, Jenny?
Yes, yes.
Only image dies, you are bothered. Your death not bothered.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, death. Death is the cause of fear, whether it be of your image or your physical self. So when you know that there is no death, your true self doesn't have death. Till you know that point, there will always be fear, and fear has a purpose. Every fear will make you do something and you will come out of that fear. For example, I'm afraid of swimming. But once I learn swimming, I'm free from that fear, right? As long as fear is there about something, that means that is your indication that you are about to learn about it. Fear is there wherever there is ignorance. And till that ignorance is gone, you learn things, that's when you come out of that fear. Fear is just an indicator that, okay, you are yet to learn about it. Whatever you are afraid of, you haven't yet learned about it. So wherever there is fear, you should understand that stop running away from the fear. It's like, okay, this is something like mathematical problem. Oh my God, I'm afraid of algebra. But if you master the subject, algebra is nothing. There will be fear till you learn. What's the other part of the question apart from fear?
That was, can you please do another
Fears
session?
and regrets. Regrets is purely ignorance, because regret is such a useless thing, because you can't change past. You keep regretting about it. You can't change it. What's the point in regretting about it? Learn from it and move on. There is nothing, and nobody can do anything about your past, neither you nor others. And you are regretting because you are judging yourself or others or the whole happening. As long as you are judging, you are not acting like God. It's okay. You have anything that happens is for learning. That's why we covered the power of now twice before this session. Learn from the past. That's when you are free from the past. Oh, how do I not judge myself? By stopping judging yourself. Why do you need to judge? It's okay, you're a child of God. You are God yourself. By understanding that you are God. Who created the bad side of you? Someone else? No, it's God only. Know that you are also God. Everything that is being created is God. So by accepting everything as God, you will come out of judgment. It's okay, yaar. Who is not doing mistakes? That's what Jesus said, right? When they were trying to throw stones at a prostitute, they said, you can throw, but if you have not done any mistake. When everybody is doing mistake, what right we have to judge others? What right others have to judge us? First, become free from self-judgment. That's the only way. Okay? We unconsciously judge a lot. Yeah. No try, Madhu. There is nothing called try. Do it or don't do it. There's nothing called try. Just decide that I'll not judge myself, I'll not judge others. And you will see within 40 days, you will see a change. You will feel much better without judgments. Wonderful. Thank you, Madhu. That's the take home for me today. We'll do it from now. Now has the power, not later point of time. Wonderful, friends. Thank you so much for such a beautiful, lovely session where we remind ourselves of such beautiful things, our own godhood. So do anything, be perfect or imperfect, but be conscious. That's when you enjoy life. So keep practicing meditation. And once again, I thank for wonderful meditation. I request Sharath to be there for every Shambhala session to conduct meditation for us. From now on, Jenny, catch hold of Sharath. Meditate when Sharath conducts meditation. Okay?
Definitely.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, friends.
Thank you. Thank you so much, friends, masters. That was a very, very good interactive session. Enjoyed it. Thank you. I don't see any more questions or any experience, I think. Right. Yeah, we can call it a day. Thank you. Thank you so much. See you next week.